Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Hi-Fi News, etc. I have lots of Hi-Fi news as per usual, but until then, trivia. And for this particular question, we're sticking with general studies, and the question is this. The name was first used by a cult favorite psychedelic band who broke up in San Francisco in 1969. It was later adopted by a band formed in the West Midlands in 1989, who are still playing today. What is the name? Okay, so we're looking for a band name. It's been used twice. And that question one more time is this. This name was first used by a cult favorite psychedelic band who broke up in San Francisco in 1969. That same name was later adopted by a band formed in the West Midlands in 1989, who are still playing today. What is that name? As per usual, no research, no Googling, no AI nonsense, none of that rubbish. Just have a little think. This is just a bit of fun. At the end of the video, I will give you the answer. Until then, Hi-Fi News. And I'm going to start with a couple of install, speaker, integration kind of stories. First off, we have JBL and their so-called Synthesis custom loudspeakers. They have announced 9 of these Synthesis custom loudspeakers, SCLs, and 3 processing and amplification components. They've been busy. These speakers are aimed at on-wall or in-wall. In ceiling? No, I think it's just on-wall and in-wall speakers. So on offer are the SCL 2XL, 4XL, 6XL and 7XL in-wall speakers. Now I'm not going to go through every single one because I'd be here forever, but let me just give you an example of what these things offer. The 2XL speakers, as an example, include 4 8-inch, which is about 203mm woofers, and a high-frequency compression driver. On the other hand, the SCL10, 10X, 9XL, 9, and SSW5s are all so-called in-room or on-wall units. Meanwhile, the SDP70, 60, and 40 are all AV processors, amplifiers basically with extra bits. The 40, for example, is a 16-channel unit with 9 channels offering Class G amplification, while supporting a range of standards such as IMAX Enhanced, Auro 3D, Dolby Atmos, and DTS Pro. These components are ready to be bought as part of a system, I would say, rather than getting individual speakers and individual amps. So if you're looking for a home cinema setup, this is the kind of thing, these are the kind of components you would integrate. You would talk to your friendly integrator to do the integrating, and he would integrate. Speaking of integrating, Tannoy, they're in this game as well. They have the PoE CVS, kind of trips off the tongue, doesn't it? And DVS speakers. And this is all part of the company's 100th year anniversary. They could have offered a cake, but no, they wanted to do something a bit techy instead. The CVS 601 PoE and DVS 601 PoE are ceiling and surface mount speakers, apparently, designed to reduce installation complexity without compromising audio quality. So says Tannoy. They use a wide-band 6.5-inch driver. Power, audio and control can be accessed via a single cable, an Ethernet cable. Each loudspeaker incorporates a 2-channel integrated PoE amplifier, providing 60 watts of power. The amplifier can power up to 3 additional passive loudspeakers. The CVS 601 PoE and DVS 601 PoE loudspeakers will be available in Q2, as we corporate people like to say, 2026 via authorized Tannoy distributors. So if you are an unauthorized Tannoy distributor, don't think about it. Price, well, it's one of those TBC things, to be confirmed. So I'll leave it there. Next up, we're looking at Dan D'Agostino and his Momentum Z. I suppose he would call it Momentum Z, but I'm not going to say that. Momentum Z. I live in the UK, folks. Momentum Z, that's the third time, monoblock power amplifier, helping to celebrate another anniversary, the 15th. He's much younger. The 15th anniversary for Dan. Master Audio Systems. This new design sits at the top of the Momentum series. This design includes the kinetic drive regulator power supply technology. Power is built around dual 1200 VA linear toroidal transformer arrays with a software-based control system. So you can talk to your amp over the internet. You can find performance data. It's a kind of monitoring facility over the internet. Each unit includes a copper heatsink, which looks rather nice and presentable, and a dual domain meter display, which also looks rather nice. The model offers 500 watts into 8 ohms, and they are fair size, these things, spanning 32 centimeters. I'm not talking millimeters now. Let's get down to centimeters. Hey, 32 of those by 13 by 54, and each one weighs 45 kilograms. So bring your friends round if you want to move these things. The UK retail price is officially price on application, so you know it's going to be expensive. And they are. Each one £61,500 each. Thus, get my maths correct, 123 grand for a stereo pair. Next up, Majority, a brand I'm not too familiar with, but Majority anyway has launched the Bowfell? I'm going to say Bowfell soundbar range. At the top of the range sits the Bowfell Halo Atmos, Majority's flagship surround sound system. The Halo Atmos delivers 300 watts of output. All of their soundbar models, and there's a few, include HDMI ARC, optical connections, Bluetooth 5.3, USB and auxiliary playback options. The system includes an external wireless subwoofer and dual wireless rear satellite speakers. But as I say, there are other models in the range. The Bowfell Halo Dolby is a 5.1 Dolby surround system pushing out 180 watts with an external wired subwoofer and dual wired rear satellite speakers. On the other hand, there is a Bowfell Axis Atmos, a 2.1 Dolby Atmos soundbar. This one produces 200 watts of output. A remote control is included as standard. There's also the Bowfell Axis Dolby, another 2.1 Dolby soundbar. This one offers 120 watts of output. And again, you get your remote control. There's a whole heap of prices, so I'll stick those on the screen for you now, and you can have a peruse. Next, speakers from Norway, and why not? Arendal sound. Arendal, I think I will call it. Arendal Sound is talking about its new 1610 series, positioned below the flagship 1528 series, which is a bit arse about face, isn't it, really, when you think about it? Shouldn't the 1610s be in a higher number? I know it's all to do with dates with this company, but even so, you know, for the uninitiated, 1610 sounds more expensive than the 1528s. Anyway, back to the point. There are, in the 1610s, 4 models, each available in Arendal Sounds basalt and polar finishes. Prices? Well, they start from £1,800 a pair, or $2,100, or €2,300. You have the 1610 Tower 8, as you might expect, a floor-standing 3-way loudspeaker, or the Bookshelf 8, a compact 3-way stand mount. The Slim 8, a 3-way loudspeaker designed for on-wall or close-to-wall installation. That's a new designation I've never heard before, close-to-wall. And the 1610 Center 8, which, as you might expect, is a 3-way center channel design. The 1610 series includes the, and I have no idea how to pronounce this, Rust Essence architecture, a time-aligned design, apparently, controlled dispersion through carefully shaped waveguides, and rigid HDF cabinet construction. The entire 1610 series is available to order directly from Arendal. I will put a link below if you want to do that, and I will put links to all the other products in this video down below too. And that, folks, is your lot. I'm going to give you an answer to the trivia question now. Here is that question one more time. I am after a band name, folks. That name was first used by a cult favourite psychedelic band who broke up in San Francisco in 1969. It was later adopted by a band formed in the West Midlands in 1989, who are still playing today. What's the name of the band? And the answer is The Charlatans. The first group were from Northern California and became popular in San Francisco in 1967, but broke up 2 years later. Their drummer was Dan Hicks, who went on to lead his own band. The name was taken up in 1989 by Tim Burgess. His group went on to have hits in the UK during the 1990s. And that's your lot, folks. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this particular video. Down below, if you can do me a favour, just down there somewhere, in that area. What do you want? What do I want you to do? Can you click on a couple of buttons, please? The subscribe button and the like button would be really useful. Just helps the old algorithm and all that jazz. And there are other links for all the products I've mentioned down there too. And where are we? Tomorrow, if you're into your hi-fi, I have a review. So stay tuned. Well, not stay tuned. I mean, don't sit there all day and all night. But come back after you've had a sleep and a bite to eat and a coffee and a sticky bun. And come and see the review, which is going to be appearing and occurring tomorrow. I hope to see you then. I hope to have your company. Until then, folks. Then you missed the folks bit. I'll start again. Until then, folks. That sounds better. Hey, until then, folks. Bye-bye for now.